Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
Oh.
All right, guys, we're back. There is plenty to talk about. So we're going to jump right in and talk about Checked Out this week. Terrence, you watched The Social Dilemma. This is a documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, it's basically about social media and what it's doing to society. According to the documentary, if we don't stop the trajectory we're on now, we're going to be fucked.
How long do we have? 6 months?
I think one dude said
40 something days.
I think one dude said by like 2050 or something like that.
2050?
It's going to take a while, but that's only like 25 years, like 30 years. Oh, we're fucked. The social media, when it was first designed, like the designers of like Facebook and Twitter, Snapchat, and all of Instagram, they designed it for people to like come together. What they've learned is that people are garbage, like in general, and people use those tools that they've created just for evil. It's fucked up. It's increased suicide amongst like preteens and teenagers because they're like dying to get likes for whatever they post, and if someone gives them a negative comment, they just lose their shit. They just become depressed. It's increased depression because everyone wants to be liked. It's sad. It's really sad, and to the point where the people that have developed all of these apps, they don't let the children use them because they know what it does to people. And they're all free. But then the one thing that I found fascinating is like they're all like Facebook and all of that. They're all free, but they're not. What they said is they're not free because they're gathering all of your information, right? And they target ads towards you. Like when you see those ads on Facebook, like if you go to I went to a liquor store one day. Like I think I said this before, and I was looking at a bottle of Bullet. I was looking at it. I ain't say the words. I ain't say shit. I was just in the liquor store. I guess they knew my location. As soon as I got home, I saw a fucking advertisement for Bullet bourbon. I'm like, I don't like that because I literally didn't say the words, but it was literally that was what I was looking at. I'm like, that's kind of weird. I don't think I pointed my phone at it or anything. My phone was in my pocket the whole time I was in the store. So they have these weird algorithms which make people want to use social media more than they should.
Right.
And it's all fucked up. It's just fucked up. Again, it's supposed to be good, but it's given the nature of human beings, it isn't. It's really fascinating. I highly recommend watching it just to kind of see what social media is doing to people. There is no nuance in social media. It's whatever extreme you're on, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's true.
That's the extreme that you're working with. And we see that on Facebook every day. So
it's funny it's funny how people are just so willing to just put their whole entire life on social media, like, and leave absolutely nothing to themselves. And it's like social media has really tapped into like our natural narcissism, you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
That's what it is.
And I don't get it, yo. Like, remember when Foursquare was a thing? And
yes, I never understood that.
Yeah, that was weird. I'm like, why am I not telling y'all niggas where the fuck I'm at?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is
shop.
no, that all that felt like I was like, yo, cops set this up. That's how they get you, knock it off. I'm the mayor of this pancake house. Why do you need to know why I'm eating breakfast?
That shit never felt right to me. Like my street instincts kicked into me. I'm like, no.
And people just willingly just give up that information. Like, hey, I'm not home, everybody. Like,
no. I never mark where I am on social media. Never. No. Right. Do you want to tell people you're in Baltimore? I don't want people to know anything. No. Fuck that.
Right.
Yeah, social media is weird. I mean, we all use it, obviously. Like, as I'm, the more and more I think about it, like every day, the less I'm interested in using it. Like, I just am. Like, I had to leave like a couple of groups that I normally use because I'm just like, they're making me angry. Like, it's making me mad. And it's just like, I got to get out of here. Like, I literally belong to a group on Facebook. It's just a bunch of liberal people like myself finding posts by right wingers, like, who are like, the coronavirus isn't real, I'm not gonna wear a mask, and it's all these like dumb fuck posts, and all the time I'm like, these people are idiots, what's wrong with them? And I'm like, why am I reading this? Why am I reading this?
Like, I never understand why people use social media to make themselves mad.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm insane. Like, I gotta get out of here.
I understand. You don't want to. Because it's a double-edged sword, right? You don't want to be caught in your bubble, right?
Right.
And not be aware of what's going on, but you don't want to drip feed poison to yourself.
Right. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, what are you doing? Like I think every post on here is by a person with a mental illness. Why am I reading this? It's making me have a mental illness. I'm starting to lose my mind. Like, no, I was like, and there's nothing against those people. There's some great comments. There's always some good memes. I was like, this is all making me very angry. Like, it's just pissing me off. It is. So, like, it's to the point where I often fail, but I try not to read the comments on like New York Times stories and stuff, because I follow New York Times and stuff like that on social media. But then the comment section, I'm like, fucking come on, man! Like,
you're a glutton for punishment.
I know.
You can't help it.
I know. And that's why I kind of just want to be done with Facebook and then just read the news. I'd rather just read the news. Like, no, like that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah. Remember when papers were a thing? Like,
gross.
You just had to read the newspaper, and there was
I can just read, like, get News Plus and just read the news on my computer without any of the comments. None of them. Yeah, you don't have to. But like on social media, it's easy because it's right there, right? Like all the comments, all the fucking insanity is right there. So it's really
literally the second you get to the end of the article. Like unless you're creeping down the article to make sure that you kind of finally find where the last sentence is, you're gonna keep scrolling and then bam, comments.
Yeah. And it'll be like an article like, you know, if we do X, we'll save the country. And people are like, that's communism. I'm like, all right, yo. So now I got to tell you why you're a moron. Like for 40 minutes, I got to have a fight with you. So yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all.
I don't remember the other fucking. Oh yeah, the devil all the time.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Don't watch it. Like no, it's good. It's a good movie, but it's fucking depressing. It's about religion and look. Everyone knows I'm an atheist. This movie will do nothing but strengthen an atheist's resolve. Because these niggas are crazy. Everybody in this movie is nuts, except for Tom Holland.
I heard all the performances were really quite good.
All the performances are great, but it is a depressing movie. It's like you go from murder to rape to murder to serial murder to suicide. It's like, yo, come on, yo. Like, why? And it's funny because the narrator of the movie is the writer of the book.
Oh, interesting.
He's got a good voice in narration. It was pretty dope. I don't know if I could recommend it. Like, if you like good acting and dark shit, sure, but it's depressing as fuck.
Well, I will wait on that movie until the world is not a dark and depressing place.
Yeah,
I don't need that in my fiction.
That's fair.
One scene where this nigga poured spider all over his face.
No,
that shit was gross.
I don't care.
I'm glad you said that because I will be watching that movie by myself.
Yeah,
I had Demetrius over here doing some work for me. And my wife was there, and she said,
Drive's back up, by the way. Drive is back up. Go ahead.
Okay. And she saw something on the ground, and she was like, "What is that?" And I said, "It's dead. I'll clean it up." And he started laughing because he didn't believe us when I told him that my wife has severe arachnophobia.
Yeah, fuck that.
And he was tickled by it. It's like, wow, I thought you were embellishing. Like, nah. She said it in our wedding vows. Yo.
Yeah, she did.
Wedding vows.
She was like, I need this shit on the record.
That's insane.
So thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, it's ew. It's gross. And I hate Spider-Man. So. But yeah, it's a good movie, but yeah, it took me two sittings to finish it because like I gotta take a break. This is too much.
Wow. That is
it is.
That's crazy. All right. According to Terrence's background, I think we've reached the time being a very the very important word here. Time to talk about a movie that Micah forced the two of us to watch before this week. This is all you, Micah. So explain away your a movie that has reignited your faith, I assume.
The synopsis, the one-line pitch of this movie, according to IMDb, while doing research, a group of young geniuses accidentally stumble upon a secret terrorist plot to create a time machine to go back in time and change history. And by change history, we mean to murder Jesus Christ.
How did I not come up with this concept? This is awesome.
Islamic extremists are using Christians to build a time machine to go back to murder Jesus Christ, the man who famously was murdered and resurrected, hence Christianity. And look, their logic is, well, if we murder Jesus like a dog in the street without all that pomp and circumstance of the crucifixion, then nobody will know about him, and they will have never heard of him. Hence, Christianity will not have been invented.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yo, this is the best type of bad movie because I think that they are honestly trying, and it fails spectacularly. I mean, everything from casting not Grant Gustin
to not Grant Gustin to not Bradley Cooper,
right?
Bradley Cooper
to not Cenk Uygur,
Fox to not Cenk Uygur. Like, yo,
nigga, Heidi Montag is in this movie, yo. Heidi Montag is in this movie, yo. Remember, she was like the white girl of the moment there for like a minute because I what was she on the Hills or something? I never watched any of those shows, but she got like fake tits and everyone was like, "Oh, Heidi Montag." I was like, her face still was not attractive, but okay, sure.
So this movie is bad.
Disagree, but go ahead.
But it's so fun, right? It's so racist, dude. Like,
it's pretty racist. It's pretty racist.
Jesus speaks English. Like, he just speaks English.
No, he's a polyglot. He has met. That's one of the Jesus powers I had never heard about. Is that if he hears a language that's foreign to him, he closes his eyes and he's like,
he just downloads it like the Matrix.
Right.
He's fucking Neo. Well, yeah, he is Neo.
He just
yeah. He was like, He was like, God, I need the instructions on how to fly a helicopter. It's like, hold on a second. It's like, Tank, I need your help. Like, no problem.
It's like, I need a language. I need you to help me speak a language that doesn't exist yet.
Like, we got it.
because fuck it.
Because plot.
Because why not?
I mean, look, I will respect. I will give them credit. They thought about that and didn't just have this nigga speaking English from the jump.
Speak English? they were like, wait a minute. You speak English? They put it in the plot, which makes sense.
Hey, yo, Jesus? You speaking English, Jesus?
Yo, the black dude in this fucking movie got on my goddamn nerves. From everything from the sound, the pitch and tenor of his voice, to the fact that he is the only one speaking some sort of jive. All of the white people speak the Queen's English. And this genius black guy, this genius.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a genius.
Time machine. Hey, yo, for real, Jesus?
He tells Jesus about the things that will happen to Jesus and says, I read it in that book you wrote, the Bible. Remember?
I'm a genius. Yeah, Jesus wrote the Bible because I'm a genius.
Wrote the Bible.
Yeah, I saw it in that movie I saw it in your movie.
I
Jesus.
bootlegged it.
It's like, all right, yo. All right. You just told Jesus that you stole his movie about him. All right, yo.
But my favorite part of that is like Jesus understands the concept of video immediately. Right. He's like,
if you finished my movie. I was like, nigga, shut up.
I was like, what the fuck? That shit was amazing, dude. He was like, if you finish my movie, I was like, how would you know? All right, that's cool. Time travel.
You're Jesus. Because Jesus. Yeah,
he's Jesus. Jesus do everything. Jesus. So not Bradley Cooper. The movie opens up with not Bradley Cooper married to Heidi Montag. And you can tell this is a Christian movie because within 3 minutes, the Lord's name is invoked and they're driving along, and Heidi Montag is like, I think the Lord's gonna have something special planned just for you. And all of a sudden they get T-boned. Bam! The whole and the car flips over like a Matchbox car, right?
Yeah.
And apparently he is the only one that gets thrown out of the car.
Apparently he's Captain America.
Yeah, he got thrown clear of the car.
Not a scratch on him. And his car got T-boned by a fucking Mack truck. I was like, I thought he was dreaming.
I thought he was too.
Because he literally has no fucking
I thought it was one of those like you wake up outside of your body.
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on.
You just wake up.
Cut and his family's dead and he's fine. I'm like,
yeah, he didn't spend a day in the hospital or anything.
And this is why this guy hates God, right? He's like everything that happens now is your fault, God, because we have to have that in one of these movies. We also have to have the smug intellectual who does not believe in God. And
that seems fair.
Wait to throw it in people's faces. Right?
That also seems fair. I don't have a problem with that character. If anything, that was the most accurate part of this entire movie.
And I love the condescension of him, right?
Oh, he's such a douchebag. If that's true, then why don't you just finish it? Like, all right.
He's like she, his genius, not Megan Fox coworker is like, okay,
yo,
we need to pray about this scientific
discovery that we're about to do, and he's just like, what? Every time you pray, it don't work.
He's like, don't mock me.
And she's like, you know what? You're right. You are allowed to believe in what you are allowed to believe in, and I'm allowed to believe in science. And I'm just like,
yo, he was a dick. He was a dick, but he wasn't wrong.
Such a fucking asshole.
No, he wasn't wrong.
But look, by the end of the movie, he's begging Jesus to save not Megan Fox. And he does it at the worst fucking time, right? Because he's got
at the crucifixion.
He's got unconscious Megan Fox in his hands, and he's pleading with Jesus. Jesus, if you are who you say you are, then heal her. Then help me. Right?
Right.
I know you're dying, but if I could get a shout out before you go, that'd be great.
The camera pans up. Nigga, Jesus is being crucified. Yeah, I'm a little busy right now, bro. I can't get your trollop awakened right now.
My favorite part favorite. There are so many. But we skipped over the part in the beginning. By the way, us spoiling it still doesn't do it justice. Okay, like this is a movie you have to watch on your own.
You gotta watch this fucking.
And by the way, it's on Amazon Prime. If you have Prime, if you're watching The Boys, finish the new episode of The Boys and then watch this. Like something good, something different. So there's a moment in the beginning where the smart atheist guy and not Grant Gustin and not Megan Fox are in the same class, and they have this conversation after they get done with this test where she apparently asks him out, which I'm like, she would never fuck this guy. Like this is not a thing in any reality.
She couldn't wait to fuck that guy.
But they go on this date and she's like, "Oh, when are you going to take, where are you going to take me out?" And he's like, "Oh, okay. How about we just have dinner here?" And I'm like, on a first date, that's some crazy shit. Like women are not cool with that.
In my mom's basement.
Right. I got these 2 steaks. Huh?
Yeah, I found that odd. I was like, is he in a basement? He pulled 2 steaks out of a fucking refrigerator. I was like, what the fuck? But
right.
They had the sides already on them, but the steaks weren't cooked.
Well,
first of all, you've just contaminated all your food.
You could contaminate this food if I allow it.
Nigga, that line, I could not believe it. I couldn't fucking believe it. Not Jesus. Bradley Cooper went back in time to hold a gun to Jesus's head and said, "If you're really Jesus, you'll stop these bullets." And Jesus looked him dead in the face and said, "Unless I allow it."
Fucking
Bradley Cooper put a bullet in that nigga's head.
Wow.
Yo, when I tell you I had tears in my eyes when that shit happened, I was like, yo, they really went there.
He shot this dude.
He fucking put a bullet in Jesus' head.
He fucking executed Jesus, yo.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, when they first go back in time, target acquired. Yo, I lost it.
Like, how did they even know who was who?
Right.
How did they know?
They were like, "We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. There he is. He's Jesus right there." And they just started busting shots. Yo,
just fucking mowed everyone down.
They were like, "Oh, word?" Start shooting people with machine guns in olden times. Like, yo, everybody's got a rock and a stick. Relax.
Yo, they just murdered everyone, and Jesus was the only one left. And he
not,
oh my God,
not Cenk Uygur, who is the guy who is funding the genius students and their time machine. He's the one bankrolling it. He is of Middle Eastern descent, and he gets a backstory. His backstory is that his parents were killed for being filthy fucking Christians. And instead of hating Islam and being, pushed more towards Christianity, no, he sides with the people that killed his parents. And Genius is like, well, that's Stockholm Syndrome. That's a classic case of Stockholm Syndrome. And it's like, it's so weird, dude. Like at one point, there's a bunch of time traveling shenanigans, right?
There's a lot. There's a lot.
This movie thinks it's smart. It really isn't. It's dumb as fuck. Like everybody dies like 3 times over, but they just play with time. So they're like, oh well, but now I'm back. And it even got to the point at the end of the movie where the guy literally evaporates from not Megan Fox's arms, and then he comes back and she's like, how is this happening? And he just says, it's complicated. And then they just cut to the next scene because fuck you. The fuck are you doing asking questions? At one point, the time traveling shenanigans are modified by daylight saving time.
Yes. Yo, nigga, I said, yo, fuck off.
Yes. We have to account for that. Oh, really? Wow.
For daylight saving
That's
time.
just a totally made up thing, guys. It's not All right.
Right.
The space-time continuum doesn't know what daylight saving time is. It's for farmers, you idiots.
I was like, yeah, so we got to go back like 20 minutes earlier because daylight saving time is a thing. I'm like, sure, why not? You got like different time continuums that they're going through, so no one, like you said, no one really dies. And then all of a sudden he becomes fucking like Jesus Christ himself because he can wiggle his arm and people evaporate. I didn't understand that part.
Well, they didn't have the retriever watches on.
They didn't have them, but why did they just blow up?
Because he said that if they don't have them on when they go back in time, they blow up after like 20 seconds or something. He says that earlier on, but him moving his watch had nothing to do with it. I don't know why he did that.
Okay, whatever.
Yo, there's plenty of logic and reason, Terrence.
I mean, they tried to make it very logical, but it failed. It's something. Like, yeah, I would recommend it.
I had a blast.
It's like, you don't even need to get drunk. I would. Like, just nonsense. Yo, but he shot Jesus, nigga.
Unless I allow it. A word?
And they were all toy guns, which made it even funnier.
Yes.
Right, they were all airsoft guns.
They're airsoft guns, yeah, absolutely.
I swear, yo, if you're looking for a good time, yo, if you're looking for a nice, good, bad movie, like this is it, because they tried. They really did. Like
It's got
one of the sets looked like the set from The Flash, right? Like the command center.
Yeah, it did.
And I'm just like, yo, this is amazing.
Well, they literally moved an object. They were in their shitty lab. They got upgraded, and I'm like, it's the same room, yo. You just changed the pads on the floor. Like they just put fancier pads, and they're like, this room's amazing. Like, okay, sure. Yeah, I had a good time. I have to tell you, I don't think I've had this good of a time with a bad movie. At least in talking about it, since we did, what was the movie with Michelle Rodriguez where she had to
transparent? The assignment.
The assignment, yeah. No.
She had that fake mustache.
Yo, that movie was fucking offensive.
It's super offensive. By the way, Jesus' mustache and beard were very fake in this. Like,
oh yeah.
I was like, damn, y'all couldn't even get like a Middle Eastern dude like to play Jesus. They were like, nah, white as the driven snow, my nigga. Like,
yeah, like Jesus, has always been intended to be portrayed by a white man. The persecution complex that Christians have is astounding to me.
70%.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not as religious as I really think.
We glossed over the part where the geniuses were stuck in time, and then they picked up rocks and sticks and stabbed them to death with sticks.
Oh yeah, as they were coming into
with branches. Like they were that strong that they shoved whole ass branches through these niggas' chests.
Yeah, and then they have like body armor and shit.
Yes, they had tactical gear on.
They all look like the Shield, and they were getting taken out by sticks and stones.
Yeah, well, I think
time to sharpen those.
No, I think they were putting them in the space where they were appearing, so it would already be like inside them.
What it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so they did. He did say they were vulnerable right as they were.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. It still was stupid.
When they materialized, the sticks were stuck in their chest, which automatically killed them because they kind of think of everything, didn't they? When you think about it, like they put some thought.
They did put things. They like
they really did.
They tried. They tried. The ending. The ending you could see from about 4,000 miles away. Was that an angel, Daddy? I don't know, but God is working through us. Oh, look, there's a sign on the stop sign. What does it say? You're going to be a hero. I was like, all right, Heidi Montag, like, enough.
I didn't know who the fuck that was. I still don't know who that is.
I don't know what she ever did. I think she was just on a show and was rich. I think that's her that's the entirety of her, like, popularity. I never watched any of those shows. They look stupid.
I'm looking at a picture of one of these Roman soldiers. I mean, this nigga looks like This nigga looks like he got drafted into some sort of LARPing tournament. Like he looks like a real regular ass dude, yo. And it's that they tried.
Yeah.
And that's all I really want from a bad movie. I want people to try. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them to be in on the joke.
Nah, you can't. No, I need a Birdemic. I don't need Birdemic 2. Right. I need a real effort that just falls incredibly short.
Do yourself a favor and get a little bit of Jesus in your life before not Bradley Cooper busts a fucking cap in his head.
Target acquired.
Why?
Why was that line in there, yo? Why was it there? That shit was funny to me. Yeah, Assassin 33 AD. Again, it is on Amazon Prime because of course it is. You can watch that and Plug Love or whatever other nonsense is up there.
I'm looking at this car accident. How did he fly out of the car with not a scratch on him? I'm still confused.
He would have been super dead.
Yeah, well, Jesus allowed it.
Yeah, Jesus put a force field around him. Kept him hurt at all.
He allowed it.
That's funny. Jesus, I'm gonna start going back to the movie theater. I'm not waiting. Look, Jesus, if you are who you say you are, I won't get coronavirus unless I allow it. Oh no, Jesus! Yeah, that when not Megan Fox was like, "You've got to save Jesus." Yo, the laugh I had. She kept waking up like in and out of consciousness after getting a gut shot and was just like, where are we? They're like, we're right outside of Jesus's tomb. Take me down there. I want to see it. It's like, all right. Like, yo, you're mad heavy. Are you dead or you not dead?
I've been carrying you around all day.
Yeah, I've been carrying your lifeless body. Get out of here. You ain't no waif. Get up. Come on.
By the way, not Grant Gustin. You're not built for shirtless scenes, dude. Like I understand you're not fat, but nah, yo.
It's like you just
But no, yo, no.
Look,
put your fucking clothes back on.
Look at Fat Micah. Look at Fat Micah jealous of this man shredded.
I mean, maybe I am 30 pounds overweight, apparently.
Look, you just mad because he's shredded with a six pack. He might be 120 pounds, but he's shredded with a six pack. Sorry. Oh shit! Come on, man. That shit was funny.
That the black dude was washed in the blood of Jesus.
Yo, nigga, the black dude's name was Simon, and I know you guys don't know this, but during the Stations of the Cross, right? Like when Jesus is dead man walking.
Yeah,
right? Somebody
helps him, right?
Right. Somebody helps him. Know what that guy's name is?
Oh, shut
Simon.
Up. Wow.
So that is canon, guys. That is canon in theology.
Is that guy helped him? All right.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a genius. Hey. Like, get out of here.
I'll be back. That ain't even your movie, Jesus.
The funny thing is, Jesus got one when he helped him with the cross. Like, you could tell he had to get the direction of, like, the cross is supposed to be heavy. Because he, like, lifted it with one hand. I'm like, nigga, that's balsa wood. Knock it off. He, like, lifted it so easily. And then he was like, oh, shit, yeah. Oh, it's so heavy. And he helps him. And I'm like, wait. So the dude in the Bible, because at one point they're like, read the Bible to me. What has anything changed? And I'm like, so the dude who helped Jesus, like, is just a nigga from 2020 with plaits in his hair. Like, no, I don't accept this. I do not. Wow.
Fucking not Jermaine Dupri is fucking helping Jesus.
See?
During the all right, yo. All right.
See, this is how racism could have ended had they actually reported this was a black man who saved Jesus, helped him out. They ain't reported, right?
They wouldn't have believed it. Nobody would believe it.
No.
Just like they don't believe Jesus is black, even though there's a show called Black Jesus. He's right there.
Right. It's a documentary series. Everyone knows that.
White Jesus don't have a TV show on.
He does not.
Swim, but whatever.
Just saying, he doesn't. He would be born anyway. All right. Lightning round this week.
John Cena's Suicide Squad character Peacemaker is getting an HBO Max spinoff.
I kind of love this.
Before he even makes his big screen debut, Deadline is reporting that HBO Max has picked up Peacemaker for an 8-episode straight-to-series order. Cena will reprise his role while the Suicide Squad director James Gunn will also make the streaming transition. He'll write the series and direct a number of episodes, as well as executive produce along fellow Suicide Squad producers. All right, look, the series will focus on the origins of Peacemaker, a character said to love peace so much he'd kill for it. More vigilante than a hero or villain. And then they go into his backstory. This tells me that John Cena is going to be wonderful in this movie.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. And I can't wait because John Cena, while John Cena the man is a little bit like robotic, like oddly robotic.
Yeah, he's really weird in interviews.
Yeah, you can tell he doesn't like talking to people.
Right. He's funny, but in a way where it's like he makes interviews awkward. Like he doesn't let people tell jokes, or he'll just step all on people's jokes during interviews. But it's kind of funny. I'm like, right, you just fuck that joke all up. Nigga, goddamn, relax.
He's like a Terminator, yo. Like he just doesn't like he's very weird, but he has really good comedic timing. Like when he performs, you can tell he's performing, and then when he stops, it's just like, okay, now
right,
execute, this other program,
human program.
Execute Peacemaker program, and then he'll just really act it out, and then it's like execute wrestler program, and then he starts rapping and calling people gay all the time, right? And then this is like okay. execute intimacy program, error, because I can't imagine that guy being in a relationship with anybody, right? Like that whole Nikki Bella thing was just weird.
Wasn't she like a twin or something?
Who, her?
Yeah.
She was a twin, and then
she got like super fake tits,
and then something happened, and then you could really tell them apart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Two things happened. I get it. Boobs. Yeah. Look, I'm down for this. I kind of love it. It does make me think that he might get killed in Suicide Squad since this is a prequel. Which would be a shame if like the character super works. But
yeah,
I like that he refers to the character as being basically a douchey Captain America, and this is supposed to be like pretty R-rated. So yeah, I'm down for it. Like Mike and I were talking, Terrence, right before you got on the call before we started. HBO Max actually is a pretty good streaming service. Like they've got a lot of like pretty quality shit on there. So to have this added to the sort of the DC stuff is pretty great. So, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm down for it.
Next up, a new report has surfaced from Daniel Richman, who says that Legendary Pictures is looking to make another Warcraft movie for some strange reason.
Yeah, it seems like a bad move.
Yeah, it seems like a bad idea, but Duncan Jones directed the original. There are no details on if the new Warcraft film will be a direct sequel or a complete reboot. A little too late for all of this. It was a little too late for Warcraft, in my opinion. And
yes.
It's a little. This feels unnecessary, especially since apparently nobody really saw Warcraft, and the ones that did see it didn't really care for it.
I forgot that movie came out.
Yeah, I watched maybe 40 minutes of it. I thought it looked great. Like I'll give him that. Like it really did. Like it felt like the game. Like the look of the orcs and everything. They looked really good. I just didn't find the story to be particularly interesting, and it also. And I'm a big Duncan Jones fan, like as a director, like Moon and stuff like that. Like I think he's really quite good. I think it was designed for really hardcore WoW fans, and anybody else who doesn't really know a ton of the lore and stuff like that just gets lost in all of it. So it actually had the problem of being too tightly wound to the source material, I think. But I just did not find it interesting at all. So look, if they make another one, I think they should stop all the like World of Warcraft shit. Just do like the first story and like just do it kind of, I guess, more plainly. I don't really need this at all, to be honest. I think Micah's right, though. I think it's way past when this was super big. It's like doing like an EverQuest movie now. Like, why?
God damn.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. I just have not heard that word.
Exactly. Exactly. Who the fuck cares about EverQuest? I think do people still play EverQuest?
I'm sure there's everybody's got their kink. So I'm sure there's a strong, people still play Left 4 Dead to the point where there's a new expansion coming out, right? Like,
didn't that game come out like 48 years ago?
Yeah, there's a new Left 4 Dead expansion coming out.
Yo, EverQuest.
What, PC?
Yeah.
How many people do you think still play EverQuest?
45?
What, 1,500?
1,500? Cute. 884,000.
Wow.
How?
Everybody has their kink, just like you said, right?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Still play StarCraft 2?
Is Korea still a country?
Yeah, there you go. There's your answer.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Next up, the upcoming 6th season of Supergirl, which is set to premiere in 2021 on the CW, will be the show's swan song, according to a statement just released by the network. The drama series, which originated on CBS, was canceled after one season because old people don't care about all that comic book shit. And it was headed to the CW, where Kara Danvers, played by Melissa Benoist, became a part of the Arrowverse. Supergirl will have a 20-episode final season, which the CW says will begin production later this month. There has been no official statements from Berlanti Productions. From what I understand, Supergirl was a very good show, and
It was all right.
It was okay.
It was from what I hear also, that it was basically just they wanted to do a Superman show, but they had Supergirl. So Supergirl had her Lex Luger.
She did.
Her
Lex
Luthor counterpart.
She would put her in the
torture rack.
Yeah, damn. I was gonna say, what was it? I was thinking of another move, but yeah, go ahead. Joker.
So it's but yeah, look, if the show is still okay, it's I'm glad that they're able to go out on their own terms, especially after being canceled from that one network. Yeah,
I mean, like the cancellation didn't exactly happen, but it was like, this is probably going to happen. And they were like, move it, hurry up. We don't need that publicity. But yeah, like they had Lana Luthor, who was Lex Luthor's sister, but then Lex Luthor, played by John Cryer, ironically. Yeah. Like, okay. Which is an interesting one. Like, if you know the Superman movies, like he played Lex Luthor's nephew in the original. Yeah. But like looking at pictures, I'm like, yeah, he's not a bad looking Lex Luthor, actually. Like the bald head actually works for him.
Yeah. Okay.
So he eventually made it onto the show. So like that's kind of cool. Like I guess he's in that part of the universe, right? So yeah, I mean it was okay. It got a little preachy. I will say it, especially like around the time of the 2016 election. Like they had a couple of like I'm with her kind of moments. I was like, that's fine. It was a little like ham-fisted. Like it literally was. There was an episode where Superman was on the episode fighting alongside Supergirl, and like they stopped a criminal like in a car, like a series of criminals in a car, and like Superman like flies down and he like lands in front of the car, and they're like, oh shit, it's Superman, and then he just goes, I'm with her, and then it cuts over to Supergirl. I was like, all right, we get it. Like just relax. I'm not mad. Just fucking bring it down a little bit. It's a little silly writing. But it had Martian Manhunter, which was kind of dope. So I'm interested to see if some of those characters move over to the larger part of the CW universe, because they're
it Superman? Like they're doing a Superman show, right? Superman and Lois Lane or something like that.
Yes, but the thing is, they're a part of the Arrowverse unless something has changed, and it might have since the Crisis on Infinite Earths scenario. But there was a time where like it was all the Arrow universe, but the Supergirl part of that universe was actually a different universe, right? Like they had to go through, they had to do universe hopping to get to her. Now they may have consolidated all of that. And if so, then, people like Jimmy Olsen and Superman and everybody would all be, in the regular Flash universe. It's not the Arrow universe because that's getting ready to end or is ended. I don't know. So, okay, that's fine. I mean, that's kind of sucks that that's going, but that's two of the CW shows down, and now they're bringing in a Superman show. So I don't know. She might pop up on there every once in a while, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought she was a decent Supergirl though. Like writing aside, I didn't think she was bad.
All right. Well, this next story will be good news for you. After initially debuting on Lifetime, You has grown to be a bona fide phenomenon on Netflix.
Fuck yeah, it is.
And now the show will be coming back for a season 3. Shooting begins starting in November. Are you excited?
Let me tell you how excited I am for this. One, the 3rd book is coming out soon. And I just started reading the 1st book.
Wow, you started, you must be really excited for you to pick up a book.
Yeah, I don't like to read. In the words of my hero, Skids and Mudflap. No, the book is good. It's good. It's also, they play on the show, they hide his crazy better. Like the book, because it's all his internal dialogue. Like, now that nigga starts wilding like page 3. Like he does. And it's weird because like I can only hear his voice as the actor's voice, right? Because I've seen the show and I love the show. And like there's a moment where he's like he does that whole like, and you're this and you're that, like all that like really weird like positive affirmation type of shit that he does in his head on the show. But then he starts to kind of go down the rabbit hole. He's like, it's like, unless I allow it. And then it's just like, he starts just getting like super dark, and he's like, and then you're always masturbating and da-da-da. Like he just go, and he's like, and now you have your hand near your cunt. I'm like, wow, take it easy. Like, take it easy.
You gotta be more descriptive because it's the book.
Yeah, like it goes like the dialogue moves. Like you can feel the tone of the dialogue change like from sentence to sentence in his head. Like it actually is really well written. I have to say, I'm really enjoying it. But I just bought it like 2 nights ago. It's pretty good. So
I am.
You gotta catch up, yo. That show is super fun.
I will catch up, and I'm very happy to know that you have finally let your 45-year-old inner white woman out and bought this book.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm into it, man. I'm into it. No, but like, look, if people haven't watched that series, it's surprisingly very good.
Fucking nuts, first of all.
I might just start with season 2. I already read everything about season 1.
Yeah, I think season 2 is actually better than season 1.
Even better.
There's some fucking twists and turns, and there's some like, that's interesting real world shit that ended up happening in season 2. So yeah.
Yo, who wrote this? The AV Club is wild. Perhaps sensing that God has really and truly given up on humanity this time, the passion of the Christ star Jim Caviezel is back to hyping he and Mel Gibson's long in the works sequel to the faith-based mega hit. In a new interview with Breitbart, Jesus Christ.
Please tell me, what did you say to Breitbart, James Caviezel?
This is real?
This is a real ass article, dude.
Caviezel revealed that the follow-up is coming, adding that Gibson just recently sent him the script's third draft. Fingers crossed these latest revisions add more dimension to the character of Jesus Christ. Because if there's anyone lacking in dimension, if there's any one figure that has never been picked apart, literally and figuratively, it's Jesus Christ.
Look, I got a problem with one person on this podcast in reference to this story. How have you never seen this movie, Micah? Terrence and I have seen this movie.
No, I've never seen it.
You own this movie.
I bought it as a guilty Christian. I bought it, but I couldn't bear to watch it.
Were you afraid that Jesus is going to come back and be like, if you had finished my movie, you would know.
known I came back anyway. I mean, no, this is the sequel to that movie.
Yeah. Assassin 33 AD is the sequel that James Caviezel has been talking about. Somebody already made it, James. They beat you to it. Jim Caviezel.
Right?
What is this movie even going to be about?
It's the resurrection.
Yeah, it's the resurrection.
All right, so he comes back.
The
Wait,
end.
so he didn't come back?
No, he did.
Did
he?
The Christ?
Yeah, he came back and then they showed his fucking hands with the holes in them. Yes, they did. It was the dumbest shit ever. Yes.
I've only seen it once.
I only needed to see it once.
Yeah.
What year did that movie come out?
Like 2004 or something.
Yeah, I was still religious then.
33 AD?
Yeah, I was still religious then. That's why I saw it.
2004.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah, I was on the edge.
I don't believe it.
Trust me. There would be no other reason for me to see this.
You had a finger on that edge and the rest of you was falling off. Like, I can't imagine. Did you go see this with your mother?
No, I did not.
Did you go see this with a woman?
Yes.
All right. Was it Jackie?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, all right. Nah, you made the right move.
Yeah, I know.
As you might have guessed, the Passion of the Christ resurrection tracks the Savior's return from the dead, performance of miracles, and ascension to heaven. Caviezel seems confident.
He ascended to heaven in the last one. Nah, yo, hold on. I'm gonna look up on YouTube the ending to Passion.
I'm watching it now. He's resurrected. He gets up. He's got the holes in his hand, and he just walks off screen. That's it. The end.
So what happened? Okay, all right, Micah, hold on a second. At what point? What happens after that? Like he goes to heaven, and like doesn't like a couple people like, oh, I think I saw him the other day. Like that's it. Like this nigga's out. Like he bounces, right? Like that's the whole story.
Yeah, that's it. He just leaves. So is he just kind of walking around Jerusalem, just chilling?
Look,
how does that work?
Look,
what does he do?
Don't get me lying on Jesus. I don't know. I don't know.
Does he put on does he just sneak around? Is it like a Metal Gear Solid sort of movie? Or what's the one with the goggles?
Christ.
What's the game with the goggles?
The Splinter Cell?
Yeah. Where's the split? Is it the Splinter Cell?
Yeah, he's a Splinter Cell. The splinters came from the fucking.
No, don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that!
Never
mind. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. To our Christian followers, he's sorry.
To Caviezel, Caviezel thinks that this is going to make more money than the other one. How much money did the first one make?
Doesn't it say like $600 million?
Yeah, $600 million on a $30 million budget.
Wow.
Yeah, don't be.
That's $30 million is not a lot of money to make the snuff film that they did.
Yeah, that's torture porn.
It was a pretty grossly violent film, man.
Yeah, it was incredibly brutal.
I mean, people were passing out. Like, people were fainting.
Oh, Jesus.
They were so moved by it. You know what I mean?
I was like, yo, this is unnecessary. Because I'm like, yo, what the
fuck? Persecution complex, man. Like, they want to be, like, hardcore Christians want to be persecuted, yo. Like, it just, I don't know.
Like, they beat shit out
this article is hilarious, right? Yeah, they talk all about this movie and how it's coming out and Breitbart. What the fuck?
Yo, what? Really?
last sentence. Gibson, meanwhile, was hit with new allegations of anti-Semitism.
There it is.
This time by Winona Ryder back in June.
There it is. He was like, I got to get this Jesus movie out. Get these Jews off my back. You think they'll put it out under their companies? Or he's going to have to put it out on like whatever the company that put out Assassin 33D did. Like,
We'll have a little bit more money.
Are we really doing this? Like, are we really making, like, you can go on YouTube and watch the whipping scene of Jesus. Yo, it's fucking horrendous.
Yeah. They beat the shit out of it.
Yo, they hit this dude with cat of nine tails, man.
It gets stuck and then he just yanks that shit out of his back. I'm like, yo, all right, we get it. I understand.
Yeah.
You know,
he died for our sins or whatever.
I was
like, it was just wildly unnecessary.
I was condemning you, Jay, for reading the comments, but I opened up the Breitbart article.
Yo, see, you are wiling. No. Why don't you just go read what they said on Stormfront? Like, get out of here. It's the same people. Those people are amped.
Apparently, it stopped short of the resurrection, according to Fritz_Katz.
No, it doesn't.
Mel Gibson was criticized for his Passion of the Christ because it stopped short of the resurrection. Looks like this will fix that! ! I'm looking forward to spending money to go see it in the theater or pay the big bucks to stream it on Amazon. Next comment. This will be the first film in years. This will be the first film I go to the theater to see in years.
These are wild. I'm reading them now. This is okay.
Jim Caviezel was blackballed for acting in The Passion. Can't keep a good man down. Oh, I think Jay heard the whole thing.
Can we pause for 1 second?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna keep recording. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. I hope he doesn't forget to edit this.
I won't say nothing fucked up. Yo, these wow.
Wow. Islam is Satanism. Jesus.
Wow.
Christ. Yeah.
Yo, the comment section online is just it doesn't matter which website it's on. It could be a liberal website. It's going to be a bunch of fucking like conservative saying some wild shit. Or if it's like hiphop.com or whatever. What was that? World Star? Have you ever read the comments on World Star?
No. What, are you crazy? I don't like watching black people act stupid. I can watch white people act stupid all day. I'm really not into black people acting stupid, and I get enough of that shit.
My dishwasher is leaking. Just give me a second, all right?
All right.
Well, you heard that shit with the goddamn headphones. Shit must be leaking.
Well, he probably heard his wife like, "Get your ass up here right now!" Hey, look, as long as it's not leaking like when my dishwasher was leaking. So when I moved in with my wife, we didn't I had never used a dishwasher, right? I was the only one I was the dishwasher in my house, right? Like, we didn't have a machine to wash dishes. What the fuck? We're not rich. We're not loaded, right? So I moved in with her. And, I would do the dishes and she showed me how to use it. And I would put the stuff in there, right? And one day we didn't have the dishwasher stuff, right? So I just looked and I was like, oh, we don't have this, but I don't feel like washing dishes. Well, let me just grab this Dawn real quick. Let me just grab this Dawn and just put this Dawn in the dishwasher.
Wait, nigga, I can't. That's the one thing I can't see. We did have a dishwasher when I was a kid. Yeah, what the fuck? so you put it in there and you just had a fucking bubble bath.
And it was a bubble bath. I was like, oh shit, that thing think the dishwasher's broken, right? It could have been me. I did everything I was supposed to do. No, the dishwasher is broken.
She see it?
Yeah.
Was she there?
No, she wasn't there. And I called her and she was like, she rushed home. And she was like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. We didn't have any dish detergent, so I just put the Dawn in there because it cleans up shit. It washes dishes. It gets all that shit clean. And she just looked at me and was like, no. Oh.
Yo.
Why ain't nobody tell me that?
I'd have been like, are you retarded? I'm sorry. I'd have been like, yo, what is wrong with you? You put dish detergent. Oh, God, I got it.
Shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Wow. Wow. When was this? 5 years ago?
Less than that. We've only been in this house since January, so it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yo, goddamn. Oh my goodness.
So now I know how a dishwasher works.
Y'all get the Tide Pods?
We get the
liquid shit.
We get the liquid, and just use that because I don't like change. I use the Tide Pods for the washing machine.
Mm.
But yeah, you learn something new every day. Who would have thought that there is specific types of soap that you have to use when you want to wash dishes?
Yeah, I never use a dishwasher. Like I have a dishwasher. I don't use it because I don't make enough of a mess. I don't use that many dishes.
Yeah, like when I lived by myself, I didn't use a dishwasher because what the fuck, yo? What the fuck is one plate and one fork? Yeah,
that's a waste. It's a massive waste of fucking dishwasher.
I'll run out of dishes before I load the thing up. You know what I mean? To do a wash. So,
okay,
yeah. Is everything okay?
Well, there's water on our kitchen floor, so I don't know if the dishwasher is like broken or what. I don't know. I'm like, that's why I was like looking up. I'm like, I can hear water like dripping.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't like
it's a lot. So
it's not a lot. Like a little bit. Like there's one part of the kitchen is like a little bit, but like it wasn't like a ton. It didn't even make it over the lip, of the floor.
Oh, so you didn't use dish detergent?
No. No.
You should wash it in a dishwasher.
Okay. You should probably go back and listen to what for you to understand what he's talking
I remember you told me you did that. And and then 2 weeks later, as I was laughing about it, my neighbor also did that, and I had to go help him. I had to bring a shopping. I was like, you guys do know you can't do that. He was like, I didn't know that. I was like, how do you? Right, Terrence. They're both idiots. Like, how does no one know that?
Because it's gel that washes dishes.
Nah, yo.
Gel that washes dishes.
Do you think it's a scam? You think it's a scam? Did they sell two separate things?
It's all pipes.
It's all pipes.
It's all gel, yo. It's all gel.
Here's the thing. No, it isn't.
That's bullshit, yo. It's bullshit.
They put something in it.
Bullshit.
They put something in to fuck with you.
Yeah, yo. They did it to mess with me.
Specifically.
Oh my God.
You should be able to use Dawn
like,
in a dishwasher.
Never use a dishwasher either?
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is like a fundamental. Oh my God.
Christ. So this is apparently a thing.
For guys. For dumb guys.
Bizarre.
Idiots. All right. Do you think we finished the James Caviezel story?
Yeah. You know what? Leave all of it in. We ain't say nothing disparaging. Leave it all in.
Yeah, we didn't.
All right, here we go. All right. My dishwasher started freaking out.
I'm trying to save you from editing.
Thank you.
All that nonsense.
All right. Well, I will listen to this tomorrow once I post it. Jay had to run to see why there's water all over the kitchen floor.
Next up, the Yakuza video game series is being turned into a movie by Sega.
And I'm sorry if you can hear the shop vac going upstairs in my Go ahead.
Sega, 1212 Entertainment, and Wild Sheep Content are developing a Yakuza movie based on the series that spawned 7 mainline titles, and 8 spin-off titles. The first game in the series followed Kazuma Kiryu, a Yakuza from the Toho clan, Tojo clan, recently released from prison. I feel like this should be a series.
Yeah, a movie's not going to be able, because it's going to have to be multiple movies. Well, if they're going to do the first game's story, I guess that's fine.
But is it
Even that?
okay?
There's a lot of dialogue in that game.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. These are slightly goofy, right?
So it's a very weird mixture of serious, like 2000s era Japanese gangster film but all the side quests are Japanese humor, like pervy, goofy shit.
Right.
Like you're talking about like the murder of the head of your Yakuza clan, and this guy taking the fall for it, but he was framed to take the fall for it, and it's real gritty and violent. And then you're doing a side quest about finding a panty thief, like
Right, as you do.
right. And it's a weird balance because Kazuma Kiryu is very much like a strong, stoic, tough guy, with a heart of gold, right? But he'll help anybody, but he'll like beat the shit out of you also. And the character is like, he's the reason why you have these many games, because people love that guy.
Okay. So Daniel Day Kim then, right? Like that's clearly the answer.
Like, that's a little racist.
He's Korean.
Korean.
But
In America, I know he's not Japanese. Daniel Day Kim's not really a Japanese name, but at the same time, close enough, right?
The look isn't that far off.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
He could pull it off, but
Our audience is going to be cool with that.
you can't. Well, American.
No, not American audiences, Japanese audiences.
Honestly, I think all Japanese audiences in Japan, I don't think they would necessarily care, right? Like, I can't speak for Asian people, but Asian people ain't in movies. So if you can just throw a few of them in there and a couple of them, not quite, were we mad when Chadwick Boseman was cast as an African prince?
Some people were.
Well, y'all need to calm down, man.
Even though that nigga's
Eddie
not
Murphy
real.
was cast as an African prince, because if
But
you
that was
were,
that was
you
86,
need to go
doesn't matter.
somewhere else.
No, racism didn't
It
exist in the
really
80s.
didn't matter.
That's just how people talked. They were fine with it. Who cared? Oh, they're going to get in Eddie Murphy's ass for Coming to America, too. You can guarantee it.
It's PG-13 though,
Doesn't matter.
Oh, that's
isn't it?
I believe that was the talk. That's stupid, by the way. Isn't Kenya Barris writing that?
Is he?
I think so, which, like,
Man,
why would
if
he
there
make
was
it PG?
ever a way, any reason for Kenya Barris to cut loose, I would think it would be for a Coming to America movie.
That just tells you the studio wants a PG-13 for maximum money.
Yeah.
That's all that is. I can't imagine Kenya Barris would be cool with doing a PG-13 movie for a sequel to one of the best R-rated comedies of all time. No.
And Craig Brewer directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenya Barris screenplay.
I hope that ends up being R. I really do. Because what's the name was really good. Dolomite Is My Name.
Yeah.
That was great. It's great. There's no need to make it PG-13. Fuck kids. I mean, don't literally. But, don't.
Did
It's
Craig
not a-
Brewer
it's
do
not a
Hustle and
command.
Flow?
What's that?
Did Craig Brewer do Hustle and Flow?
I've
He
never
did
seen that
Hustle
movie.
and Flow.
Micah refuses to do it on the show. On Black and Black.
Look, y'all can do it.
Hateful.
I'll do that movie when Terrence does.
Then it's not happening.
God damn, he didn't let you get the movie
I
out.
was like, no, I'm not doing that.
A back to back for Color Girls. You guys just enter and leave the studio at the opposite time. Like shift work. All right, movie and TV news this week. The Boys is getting a spinoff. Its popularity is through the roof. In the wake of its impressive viewership numbers for The Boys season 2, I wonder if it's because it's week to week. Amazon is reportedly fast-tracking the development of a new iteration of the popular comic book series adaptation. According to Amazon, The Boys season 2 had the most watched global launch of an Amazon original series ever, and it had grown since season 1 by 89%. Holy shit!
God damn.
That's crazy. So yeah, this spinoff is the spinoff is set at America's only college exclusively for young adult superheroes, or SUPES, that is run by Vought International. It is described as an irreverent R-rated series that explores the lives of hormonal competitive SUPES as they put their physical, sexual, and moral boundaries to the test, competing for the best contracts in the best cities. Part college show, part Hunger Games, with all the heart, satire, and raunch of The Boys. Okay.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Hey, let's skewer young people. Like, let's have a bunch of young people stereotypes and let's just play with them. I'm down with that.
Yeah, and then you also take you mix that with young superhero stereotypes, right? Like your sort of sidekick, stereotypes, and the like the young Avengers, or the that sort of thing. Like, yeah. I'm cool with it. Like if it's got the same teams working on it, Craig Rosenberg, who is is currently a writer and executive producer of the original series, is writing the pilot of the Untitled spinoff. The Boys creator Eric Kripke will executive produce alongside The Boys executive producers Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and James Weaver. And not to be left out, original films Neil H. Moritz and Pavan Sheedy are on board as well. So there you go. So a lot of the same team. So that's good. That means it'll have the same feel and not feel wildly out of step. I would rather have a bunch of this than The Walking Dead. So this sounds great.
There you go.
Next up, Quibi, the streaming service, is looking to be bought out. It's trying to sell itself like a whore on North Avenue. It's true. Jeffrey Katzenberg's Quibi is looking to sell itself, among other possible options. Quibi, the mobile subscription service or TV startup that launched in April of this year, has raised $1.75 billion from major studios and other investors.
Why did they think this was going to be successful?
I don't know.
Because we said that shit when we heard about it. I'm like, this doesn't sound like it's for anyone.
Yeah, it's like everything is like 10 minutes.
Right. That's stupid.
Like, I'm trying to get the logic, right? Like
it's something you can watch on your phone, like during your lunch break. But I'm like,
a lunch break is longer than 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Right.
like, do you watch it on
the toilet?
On a commute? Maybe that was it. Maybe it's a toilet thing, which doesn't really bode well if the first thing I think of when I think of Quibi is taking a shit.
The concept never made any sense.
Yeah, that's a bad marketing move, dude. Like that's not a good marketing move.
Instead of reaching for the toilet paper, reach for your phone, and sit down and yo. And
yeah, you could rename taking a shit, having a Quibi.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a Quibi.
I gotta watch the new Reno 911 episode. I'll be right back. Oh man, that's crazy. But I love that it launched in April.
5 months.
They were like, "Yo, we gotta get rid of this piece of garbage." Quibi doesn't own any of its content on its service. It has 7-year licenses on its short form series, and after 2 years,
how the fuck do they think this shit is gonna last for 7 years?
right? And after 2 years, content owners have the right to assemble the shows and distribute them elsewhere. So they're literally filmed normally, but they cut them up. No, that's
so stupid.
This is a stupid idea.
Like, when do they release them all at the same time? Do you know? Or is
No,
it
it's like week to week type
next
stuff.
next week, get the rest of get the other 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it takes 3 weeks to watch a half-hour sitcom.
Right.
Well, no, they're 22 minutes long, right? So 11 minutes apiece. No commercials. Right? So
it takes 2 weeks to watch an episode of Reno 911.
That seems
Get outta here.
ridiculous.
that's the worst business model I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, it just doesn't happen.
I can't believe Meg Whitman is involved in this. Like she's a real
what was
business
the
person.
pitch for this? It's like everyone likes things in bite-sized portions, right? So let's
They
cut
probably
30-minute episodes up.
I mean, when YouTube videos, like, don't they have to be like 10 minutes or something like that in order to I don't know how YouTube works, but I know that people try to have their videos longer than 10 minutes that they can.
You basically can make more money if it's longer than 10 minutes.
Okay, so they probably looked at YouTube analytics, saw that, hey, people tend to, if people want to watch a video, they'll usually hang around for at least 10 minutes.
But you don't pay for YouTube.
Well, Brad does.
I don't even think he does anymore.
Like he gets only like the regular channel. But like, no, Quibi, you have to pay, right?
Yeah, I think you have to pay. But like, here's the thing, right? Like, they had a free trial, and people still don't like it
Because it's stupid.
Guys, I'm gonna sign up. I'm gonna download Quibi right now. Hold on a
Because
second.
there's no use for Quibi. There just isn't. It's only been out for 5 months.
Big stories.
Nah, yeah, y'all hating. All right,
I just typed in Quibi. The top stories. The second one. Why Quibi failed.
Oh, I like when people are like, "I've got a new show coming on Quibi." I'm like, no one will ever see this. I hope you're already popular.
Right. You got one half of a new show coming out on Quibi. Yeah, you get 2 weeks of Quibi for free. And then the plans start at $5. Nigga, you better get the fuck out of my
$5.
Mm-mm.
I would like to sign into Quibi.
How do they raise $1.7 billion? How did people think this was a good idea? I don't get it.
Because Jeffrey Katzenberg's name was attached to it.
And Meg Whitman's name. Meg Whitman's a big deal too.
They are super producers in Hollywood. Like
she was the CEO of HP.
Right. Like Jeffrey Katzenberg, his filmography, he has produced every Disney movie apparently. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Star Trek, the first Star Trek film, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon. Like he's an Uber producer, man. So they probably saw his name attached to it, thinking that he's some sort of genius, and they were like, "Yo, this must be the next big thing." He's one of the chosen people in Hollywood. Like they run everything.
All right, so I got Quibi open here. One, you can stream it. You can stream it off of your phone. I can stream it onto devices in my house. All right,
that would be the preferred choice since it's only a fucking 10-minute clip.
Right. I could watch a comedy action show called Die Hard, which is with John Travolta and Kevin Hart. It's 9 minutes long. I could watch a 7-minute long clip of Reno 911.
Yo, they're not even 10 minutes.
They're like 7 or 8 minutes. Then there's like The Fugitive. There's something called The Stranger. A rideshare driver is thrown into her worst nightmare when a mysterious passenger enters her car. Dun, 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 dun.
Do they have...
Wild Punked is on here with Chance the Rapper? No. No.
Wow.
As somebody said, stop trying to gas up your youth pastor. He wouldn't have a career.
I mean, that makes
Quibi,
sense. Punk makes sense. You can have like one fucking prank
Right.
a week.
Does Quibi have ads? Like they have different. They have different.
Fucking not.
Not.
They have different plans, right?
Nigga, the second I clicked on this is a 10-second ad. Yo, that's wild.
You have $100,000 a minute to make content. The fuck?
Yo, it's super wild. Like the like, you know how like on any streaming service where you have they've got like the bar at the bottom and it's like rewind 10 seconds.
5 seconds you can skip.
It's 10 seconds either way, but instead of having the bar across the bottom, it's like going straight down the side. So it's almost like a countdown, like your shit is about to fucking end. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah. All right. I'm going to watch a couple things on Quibi. Ooh, something called Sexology with a very attractive woman.
You can watch it right now.
I just did. I just watched 7 shows on Quibi. I just finished. I will report back. I'm going to watch a couple of things on Quibi before next week and see what the quality is.
All right. Now look, you can't use the time.
I literally cannot. I'm going to watch most of them on the toilet. I can tell you that right now. So they have horror. They've got, now see, this is not bad. They've got like 60 Minutes has a Quibi channel, I guess, and it's 60 and 6. So it's like it's just like a 6-minute story from 60 Minutes. Like that's kind of cool. Like that kind of stuff makes sense. Like news stories and stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not trying to watch
one article. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to watch a narrative
30 minutes long, cut up into 9-minute sections.
Like I'm not gonna watch Kirby Jenner. I guess he's one of the. Is it a joke? I don't know. Is he related to them?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Does not ring a bell.
There, Chrissy's Court. I can watch a fake court show with Chrissy Teigen. Seems like something I would not watch.
Why is she no, I'm not even going to ask it.
Is she a judge? Is she a real judge, Micah? Yeah, she's a real judge. Chrissy Teigen took the time to become a real judge in her private life. Why is she? All right, all right. We got to move on. This is fucking insane. Singled Out is on here.
That old show?
No, but it's new.
The MTV show?
Yeah.
What was that?
Is that anti-vaxxer on there?
No, it's a black woman hosting. She's super fun too.
Okay.
All right. Quibi, I see you. I might have to invest. Maybe I'll buy Quibi. It's probably like $13. It don't cost nothing. It's been out since April, yo. Since April. We have been home longer than Quibi has been around. Wow. It's one of the rare things that the Confederacy is longer than. That's amazing. So next up, Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, and the Ten Rings, and the Legend of the Ten Rings are all pushed back to 2021. 2020 is the first year without a Marvel movie since 2008.
God damn.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
I'm sorry, when you said there was a black woman.
Look, nigga, you see how bright my screen got? I just Google searched her.
Yes, Kiki Palmer. Yeah, she is fine.
Yeah. I recognize her face. I don't know what her name is. I will watch that first. That's what I will watch on Quibi. Yeah, so Black Widow will now release, has plans to release May 7th, 2021. Eternals will release November 5th, 2021. And Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will release July 9th, 2021.
It's my birthday.
There you go. Which is fucked because now it's not Chinese New Year, which was kind of a dope time to that was going to be a big moneymaker. Here's my question to the two of you. Is it possible, because we will be so starved for content, especially Marvel content, that these movies will just do well over $1 billion a piece?
Well, I think Shang-Chi was going to do over $1 billion anyway.
I agree with
that. Eternals has Black Widow, I don't think would do over $1 billion
normally.
And I don't know about Eternals. Eternals has. I get a Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was about to say Eternals is the new Guardians of the Galaxy. It's unproven, but it's still going to make money.
It's still going to make a lot of money, and it's probably going to be way better than it has any right to be.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying, and maybe because
I could see Black Widow doing it. Everyone.
I could
at this point,
doing it now, yeah.
I think it would have probably done 700 or 800 million, just because that's kind of the built-in price. If any of these are if it's good, if it's just bare minimum Marvel good, it's gonna make $700-800 million.
How much did Captain Marvel make?
Over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion.
It did. Oh.
And I bet this will be better.
That wasn't.
It won't be better than Black Widow.
Right.
They won't.
I can't wait for Black Widow, yo. Yo, if they did that Mulan thing, yo, I would do it.
But here's the thing.
100%.
Yeah, of course. So would I. But here's the thing. Here's how you know they know this movie's gonna make bank. They're not gonna do that. Yeah, they're
they're waiting until next year.
Yeah, they're just hold it. Because it's we can make 300 million, or we can make $1 billion. So that's a big difference. That's a huge difference. And look, I think they would probably you might even be able to squeeze $600-700 million out of people at the $30 VOD thing. But you can guarantee Black Widow does over $1 billion in theaters, because people are going to go crazy. Movies, whatever movie you got coming out, if you could just hold it and you're and theaters are open and you can drop it within that first month or two, those movies are going to do crazy numbers. It doesn't matter how good they are. It doesn't matter. They're going to do crazy numbers.
It didn't do as well as they wanted it to do.
It did 20 million here, and I think 200 million total worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
He should have waited.
He should have. That was stupid.
He really should have waited.
You impatient motherfucker.
I know you want people to see your movie, but nigga, they're not gonna see it. They're not. Not in the U.S. We live in a hellscape. We're not going. It's crazy. Next up, Zack Snyder to shoot new scenes for Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Really? I thought it was all done.
Yeah, I thought the Snyder Cut was a cut.
Yeah, that's amazing. Hey, why don't you release the J Cut? Just give me $70 million and I'll make a new movie. That's dumb. So apparently Zack Snyder is going to begin production. That's hilarious. Next month, with a number of the cast members returning for the updated film. By the way, Henry Cavill was I am not involved in any of these shoots. He came out later today. He was it ain't me. So don't.
They're not even going to fix the Mission Impossible lip.
Oh, I'm sure they'll fix that. My issue is, why don't you fix how he returns? Because it sucked.
Everything about they really squandered that opportunity, man. They really squandered it.
Every time I hear that fucking Superman theme song, I'm just play the fucking music, you assholes. Oh, let's make it dark and fucked up. No.
They made a real big deal about using the original John Williams theme and the original Danny Elfman theme. And I don't even remember the Danny Elfman theme in Justice League. And the John Williams theme, they, like you said, they screwed it up. And it was placed at a really weird time too, yo.
Yeah, that's when he came back and he was fighting the Justice League. That's not when you should have played that. When he wasn't Superman.
Yeah.
Yo, that fucking scene makes me so mad. What a waste. You play it at the end when he's in the suit and he comes and rescues everyone. Why is that hard to understand?
Bad guys, yo. Like,
Jesus Christ, it's like that's. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Like, this is so like hit the nostalgia button. You know, what's the meme, like the Staples button that just says nut, like boom, like that's it right at the end. It's not hard, man. Like, that part is easy. Like, hey, we're not gonna make it, we're gonna lose. Fucking John Williams score fucking comes up and here comes Superman kicking ass. It's not that hard. Zack Snyder never thought of that. Fuck off.
Yeah, Zack Snyder nor Joss Whedon.
Right? No one thought that didn't make any sense. Stupid, big dumbass. What a waste. So this is funny, right? For obvious reasons. But Slash Film actually had more on this, which is interesting. They're spending $70 million for these shoots. $70 million for something that was already done. You could have shot 2 and had $10 million left over, 2 versions of Passion of the Christ for the same amount of money. Amazing.
That's a lot of money.
$70 million for this. That you're not going to make any money off of, by the way. You're not going to make any money off of. People are not rushing to get, they're not rushing out to get HBO Max just for this. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say because it's $70 million is a lot of fucking money for a couple of pickup shots. And like, just say you're shooting a new movie, yo. At this point, just say you're shooting a new movie. Right?
Right. Blumhouse can make 9 movies with $70 million.
Or 70 movies. To be honest. I'm blown away by the negligence of DC. And I think it was Cam who pointed out in our fan group, Shazam cost them $100 million. That's a whole ass movie. And you're going to spend $70 million on, like you said, pickup shots for this. Why? You're not releasing it in theaters. You're not going to make like this boom of money. Maybe they will actually. You know, I could see them actually doing that.
How many parts is this going to be in? 2 or 3?
I think they said
like
4 parts.
Are they doing an hour apiece?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
I don't know.
Yo, it's not going to be good.
This is irresponsible, yeah.
It's incredible. They are squandering their fiduciary responsibility.
From a financial standpoint, and even from an artistic standpoint, yo, like there's a reason editors exist. It's the real in maniac directors.
Maniacs.
It's true. Swear they're, geniuses and just want to fucking jizz all over everything and just like, look what I created. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like, get this the fuck
like, what kind of story what kind of film can't be told in 2.5, maybe 3 hours?
The Irishman. That movie's 3 hours and 37 minutes long.
I haven't seen it.
That's ridiculous. Shit.
I haven't seen it.
I started rewatching it just to see if it was like, it's not bad. It's just like, it's just bloated.
And look, as much as I like Endgame, yo, it don't need to be 3 hours long. Yeah. I've never sat down and watched that movie from front to back since I watched it in the theater.
Nope.
I've watched bits and pieces of it, but 3 hours is a long fucking time.
It is.
I think I may have done it one other time, but then I just go to the end scene. That's the best.
Right. Yeah. I go to the first 40 minutes of the last hour, and that's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I just don't understand spending $70 million on this. This seems wildly.
What are they spending $70 million on? Like they're doing extra shots, okay, extra scenes.
Well,
CGI.
How much of it is going to be like CG? Like what is it?
You'd be surprised, right? Like you see that picture in the Slash Film article of Ben Affleck sitting there with no cape. The cape is CG.
Yep.
Like it's a bunch of little shit, right? And look, I'm not going to say that I can't wait to see this, but I am going to watch it.
Oh, 100%.
So look, maybe that's all people care about, right? Maybe Warner's doesn't really give a fuck about this lunatic behind a camera. They just see that this lunatic has a bunch of followers that they can, and they're looking at dollar signs. Maybe we can get these people. Yeah, that's all their bottom line is. They don't care about art.
No.
But they're willing to give them $70 million to do reshoots.
Hey, man, you got to spend money to waste money, baby.
So
that's what this is. It's a waste of fucking money.
It is a waste of money.
Irresponsible waste of fucking money.
But like, yo, Juan, that background is making me fucking go crazy. Terrence, I swear to God, yo, get out of here.
Yo, are you that against religion that you can't even look at his background?
No, yo, it's the blue laser bolt or whatever that's hitting. Nah, yo,
it's the blue sky beam that's in every big budget superhero.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hitting the cross. What the fuck is going on in this picture?
Oh my God. But okay, so it's $70 million, which even the article is like, yikes, that's a lot of money. But it's $70 million. What after this comes out? Let's say after it comes out, the worst case scenario is it comes out and people just go, who cares? Like, it wasn't wildly different than what we got. I'm not really impressed. Whatever. This is a waste of time, right? That's the worst case scenario. Or actually, that might be the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is people love it. Then what do? Do you let him come back and hope that he can make another movie that's not completely shit? Because a lot of stuff that you did just kind of unwrites all the stuff he did. So like I'm confused. Like, what happens if people are clamoring for him to come back to do Justice League 2? You giving it to him? That seems like a dangerous move. Because at this point, this movie is going to cost them $500 million. Because the first one was bloated up to like 3-something, and now this is 70.
300 million.
Okay, so they're almost at 400
million.
Now, by the way,
$70 million.
Right, but that's movie production cost. That's not marketing costs and everything else.
Oh, they don't include that with that budget?
Not from my understanding. My understanding is that number is always what it cost to make the film. So it's like you got to throw another $100 million in all the marketing they did for the original one. So that, if that's true, we're somewhere between $400 and $500 million at this point. This movie only made like $700 million.
Yeah, man, $657 million.
So what's the point? Like, again, how many subscribers to HBO Max are they expecting to get out of this? And after this comes out, what else are they going to do with him? So I'm curious as to, like, not just from a financial standpoint, but from a like a Warner Brothers standpoint, where is this going? I don't know.
Do you think this could be the new way that we experience these superhero blockbusters? Right? Like, Disney owns Marvel. Disney has a streaming service. Do you think that one day we will get, could you imagine the Endgame movies, all 5 hours, because they were shot back to back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you see one day in the future Endgame being released like this?
In
1 hour a week,
chunks?
1 hour a week for 5 weeks? Like Quibi on steroids?
What? Like Endgame, the movie that's already been out? Or something similar to
something in the future.
Something in the future. Like, say we haven't seen Infinity War and Endgame yet, right? Could you imagine, like,
sure,
like the next big, if Kang the Conqueror is the big bad and it's, Avengers Time Continuum, parts 1 and 2.
Right.
Could you see that happening?
I mean, yes, it would have to mean the big question is, one, yes, I could see that happening. The big question is, are these movies no longer viable?
Yeah,
in theaters.
Maybe I'm using that as a bad example because you're not going to make a ton of money like that. But
you're not going to make $2.8 billion or whatever the fuck Endgame made.
Right. But I'm just talking. But I'm just talking about the
concept,
the concept.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think the second comic book movies have a really solid audience and they make like 250 to like $300 million and like that's it. I think that's when you start to see them go to streaming only. Disney's like, no, we want to keep making these because people love them, but then we don't have to spend the 50% to put them in theaters. Like we can cut out the middleman and just rake in 500 million straight cash and not have to only make 250 million. Yes. When you start to get big ones only doing like those kind of numbers, I think you could see Disney start to go, all right, let's experiment with that. But not until they cannot be making just crazy money like they are right now. No way.
Well, as I'm thinking about it, it sounds like what I described as a television show.
Yes.
so never mind.
Like a big budget television show, like a huge budget
show. Like WandaVision or
like the MCU TV shows
and the Winter Soldier. So
imagine if they did those, Micah. Imagine.
I'm an idiot. Is what I'm saying.
but it does make for I could see like Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision, stuff like that. I could see them doing a lot more of those, and obviously they're expanding on that as like fill-in stuff, and like clearly they're using it to like onboard characters to dump into the big screen. Like I think that's the main way you're going to see them being used.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't understand this move.
I'm a fucking idiot, dude.
Can you imagine if they did TV shows? Yes. Imagine if Batroc the Leaper was on one. Wow, crazy. I'm going to skip the Emmy Awards just because we're running low on time here. Yeah, a lot of black people won. That's awesome.
Yes.
Watchmen won a ton of things, which was great, as it should. So you can go back and look at that. I'm not really a big award show person. All right, what the fuck brought to you by JTD? Micah, take it away.
I think you already saw these, but Honggyo is a bizarre South Korean dish with a pungent aroma that most people describe as a mix of dirty public toilets and wet laundry left unattended for days. Not just a dirty public toilet and wet laundry. No. It is a mix of a dirty public toilet and wet laundry left unattended for days.
Yeah, I know that smell when someone accidentally leaves fucking
clothes in
the washing machine.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's gross.
Made from skate, a bottom-dwelling rayfish.
Yeah.
The dish is considered by far South Korea's smelliest food. It's so stinky that many South Koreans won't even come there. Well, what am I? No.
What am I doing?
No. However, its many fans can't get enough of the aroma of the ammonia fumes it emanates and swears that once you get used to it, it's impossible to replace with anything else.
Yeah, because it's stuck in your fucking nose for the rest of the life.
Right.
I don't.
Fish already stinks. Now you're telling me that you gonna serve me fish that just jogged a mile? Get the fuck out of here, yo.
No.
Nah.
I'm good.
I ain't eating this. And I know y'all ain't eating this.
I'm good. Like I can't do smells. Like I'll try some wild shit, but if it smells bad, no.
And smell is linked to taste. Yo.
Yeah. Like very tightly. Very tightly. No, thank you.
Who first thought of this?
Right.
And I was watching, someone posted a video on Facebook in our group about pufferfish. And my first thought was, who was the first person to try pufferfish and die?
An idiot.
because they didn't fucking cook it right or they didn't cut it out right. That's insanely dangerous.
Oh, again, it's got a rate
I might
higher than
actually
COVID,
try.
yo. It's got a.
I might actually try it if it was cut up by a professional.
No, you're not allowed unless you have you have to have a certification.
You have to have a degree in puffer fishology or whatever the fuck it happens to be able to cut it correctly, so it won't kill people.
No. No, the death rate is like 6%. No.
Nah, that's way too high.
Nah, yo.
That one pufferfish could kill 8,000 people, yo. That's a lot. Fucking, that's insane.
I want to try it, but no, I'm good.
How do they make it? They ferment it. Okay.
Nah, grill that bitch. Like the.
Yeah, you gotta fry that motherfucker up.
Fried steak.
Yeah. Nah, I need it like lake trout. Like.
You gotta put some. You gotta take some grill mates to that shit.
Grill mates.
You gotta put a dry rub.
Yo, that's a wild choice. Like, so how you making this cake? First off, we need a dry rub. It's working in. All right, Terrence, you're up.
Toothbrush was removed from a man's stomach after he swallowed it while brushing his teeth. Because sure.
No, he didn't. How, yo? No, you put it down your throat on purpose.
A bloody toothbrush had to be removed. They have pictures, man. They're blurred out, but like my stomach is turning to watch looking. I don't like blood. Doctors removed the 9-centimeter long brush, 19-centimeter long brush within 24 hours, fearing that leaving it any longer could have been fatal. The patient, 39, whose name has been withheld, was brushing his teeth on September 15th when it slipped.
Nah, yo, he's into this. This dude is into it.
I've been brushing my teeth for 39 years or 38 years, 37, whatever. The toothbrush has never slipped out of my hand.
It never slipped out of my hand down my throat.
Right. Like,
this is not a thing.
That's not something that happened. Was he laying down, brushing his teeth? Like, no, you don't. You were trying to like fucking test your gag reflex. Bro.
Yeah, he look. This guy is into whatever he's into. That's fine.
And
shit went awry.
How far it could get down your throat, that's how it slipped. Most toothbrushes have like little grips on them things now, right?
Yeah, I use an electric toothbrush, yo. Like that can't happen. No. All right.
Yeah, he shoved that thing down his throat.
No, he did it on purpose. Yeah. It's just like I slipped on this glass dildo.
First of all.
Yes.
Incredibly painful. A whole fucking toothbrush being. You swallowed a toothbrush. Yo.
You ever swallowed like a fish bone before?
Yeah, that hurts.
Yo, it fucking hurts like shit. There's no way oops, I did it again. I swallowed a toothbrush. That's not a thing. No, you didn't. You're lying. You're lying.
Oh, man. I don't even know where this is from. It was from the UK, I guess. So maybe it was. Yeah, I don't know.
That's really disturbing. Never happened to you, Micah?
You don't accidentally swallow a toothbrush. That's not how things happen.
Yo, our dentist gave us a special baby toothbrush for our son. That's not a cylindrical. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. It looks like a ring, like some brass knuckles. It's very weird. But nah, because that's what babies do. They swallow toothbrushes.
Yo, we like
what the fuck they doing.
Like we have for our daughter, we have it's an electric toothbrush. It's like a little kid one. Yeah, she takes crackers and puts them in her mouth. She couldn't shove the thing down her throat. Like it's impossible.
Yeah, he did this on purpose.
No, he's into it. Like, look, it's fine. I'm sorry. I tripped on a Christmas light and got it stuck in my penis hole. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't trip.
Right.
You did it on purpose.
Like, a toothbrush is pretty long, right? So the only way you can get it in your throat is to kind of, swallow it like
a soap.
Yeah, you gotta.
You're like a fucking sword swallow.
He said like a duck.
What the
So
fuck?
he was brushing his teeth like this, I guess, because he had the elongated. Yeah, no, he did that.
shit.
On
Oh,
You
my
gotta
God.
elongate, and then you gotta open your throat. Like, yo, if you like,
Again,
Again, he was testing his gag reflex,
whatever you're into
Shoved
is
it
fine.
down through
I'm,
too
I'm not
far.
here to judge you.
and he swallowed it.
Yeah, I'm not here to judge you.
Oh, yeah, that had to be incredible.
Right? You wanted to be the male Bobby Bliss. I get it. But you can Google her. She's quite a talent. But
Wow, god damn, Bobby Bliss, nigga, like what the fuck?
that's old school, man. That's old school.
I know.
Just saying. Look, when you're at the top of your game, you're at the top of your game. You remain there. It's not a lot. She doesn't have a lot of competition, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. No, you did it on purpose. Just tell the doctors so they can help you. Get out of here.
I accidentally
Right.
swallowed my toothbrush. No, you fucking didn't. I'd be like, I'm not helping you until you
Tell me the truth.
get the fuck out of here. Who are you doing?
Show me the videos. Show me the videos you're into. Show them to. That's funny. Or don't. Vertical forest in China. Chinese residential complex becomes mosquito-infested jungle. Yeah, you should click on the story. This is actually super interesting. So back in 2018, the idea of living amongst dozens of exotic plants proved very exciting for the people of Chendong, I guess the Chendong province in China. Oh, it's a city. I'm sorry. One of China's most polluted cities. And by April of 2020, all 826 units of the Quibi City Forest garden complex had been sold. So how they set this up, it's actually really quite interesting. Like there are these huge high rises, and on each balcony is like 20 different types of plants, right? And so they absorb all the pollution because this place is a nightmare. But what ended up happening is people don't live in a lot of these apartments. They only had like, this is for reasons unknown, only 10 families have moved into the residential complex so far, even though all of them have been sold. Which means most of the units, and there are a lot of balcony gardens, are currently unattended. And so now they're having a massive mosquito outbreak, which definitely makes people not want to live there. You idiots. All right, fine. People don't live there. At least have someone tend to the gardens. Like that's a
lot. Yeah.
So there's a lot of work. There's a billion motherfuckers over there. Somebody needs a job. That's crazy. That's super crazy. But now they're all infested with mosquitoes. Yeah, you're gonna need the spray.
Like why mosquitoes? Like mosquitoes like water, right?
Yeah, but I don't know where Chendong is, but maybe it's close to water. I don't know. Like it's funny. Like in Singapore, they have because it's an island. Like they have a real bad mosquito problem. Yo, they spray the entire island. There's no mosquitoes. They kill all of them. They're like, stay inside for 30 minutes. And they just bomb the whole fucking island like every year. Like not a mosquito to be found. They're like, no, fuck that. Like, but that's a part of the environment. They're like, fuck the environment.
Yeah, like what good are mosquitoes? What do they do? Nothing.
I don't think anything.
They're good at spreading malaria.
That's about it.
These factories like rats.
Right.
Rats are good for nothing either. What the fuck? Why are rats?
They're just there to outlive us all during the nuclear apocalypse. So yeah, maybe they should just bomb this building with these buildings with whatever the fuck Singapore does. Just get one of those planes that they drop the shit on forest fires. Just get them to just drop shit right on these 4 buildings. But that's crazy. China's a mess. It really is.
China's a bizarre fucking country. What the hell?
Like it's this weird mix of like, hey, we're gonna do these inventive things, and then they're just like, whatever. They just get like tired of it and just don't keep it up.
Right.
Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? Are we still beating America? Great, whatever. All right, trailers this week. The first one up is called Another Round. This is with Mads Mikkelsen. This looks really good. I actually thought this looked really interesting. It's about Mads Mikkelsen plays a guy, him and his friends, they read up on this study that the human body has a natural blood alcohol level when you're born. And so they try to keep it's like 0.05. And so they start drinking to keep themselves at that level all the time. And they're like, yeah, this is great. Everything is awesome. Their lives are great. They seem happy or whatever. And so they're like, yeah, let's crank it up a notch. And then they just start drinking themselves like so stupid. So it's sort of a comedy, sort of introspective drama. It looks very good though. They're saying this is one of his better movies in the last number of years.
I think it's interesting to see him in a role like this.
Yeah, because he's always
where he's not playing a creep.
Yeah, where he's not playing a psycho.
He did that one movie I really wanted to see where he was being accused of, like, it was like a Danish movie, and like he was being accused of sexually assaulting a kid, and like his entire neighborhood had turned against him. He's like, yo, I didn't do this. Like, he's a really good actor, and he should play Dr. Doom. He should. And it's sad that he's been used already in the MCU, but he could still play him. His character in the MCU sucked anyway, so he was like he wasn't.
I was thinking of what he was for a second. I was like, oh yeah, he was in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, like he just like for the caliber of actor he is, like it was a waste.
Yeah.
Oh, I mistakenly clicked on Terrence's story. Go fuck yourself. Wow. Good Lord. That's pretty awful. Next in trailers, Hellstrom. This is actually based on a Marvel property, but you wouldn't know it because there's not a Marvel logo to be fucking found on this shit. This is a Hulu original series about a brother and sister whose father was a serial killer, I believe. And like they have some sort of weird powers that like they're like the devil's kid or some shit. I don't remember it. This looks like a Fox show that I'll never watch.
Yeah, I was wondering why this was up here because I don't know. I'm not necessarily feeling it, but hey, what do you say, Terrence? If you like it, I love it.
I'm not interested.
Damn, he didn't even care about if you like it, I love it. It's like I'm not interested. It just looks like a cheesy. It looks like a cheesy Fox show to me.
No thanks. I didn't know it was based on comic.
Yeah, originally this was supposed to happen along with like the Ghost Rider show and everything else, where they clearly were building to like this sort of supernatural side, and then Marvel, like Kevin Feige was like, scratch that, we're done with that, fuck out of here. And this is the only one they left, was Hellstrom. And again, you wouldn't know this is a Marvel property because there's no signal that this has anything to do with Marvel at all. So that's good. Good. Let it be its own thing and let people enjoy it and never wonder if Captain America is going to show up. That's fine. Great. Def U. This is a new Netflix series that's coming up. It's apparently, I didn't realize this. There's a private college in DC that is all for deaf and people hard of hearing. And apparently it's about the students that go to the school, right? And their sort of interpersonal relationships. What's interesting is at this school is 700 women and 300 guys. That's pretty good odds. Yeah. Saying. Deaf dudes in there cleaning up. But it's interesting because like what they're basically showing is like their lives are no different. They deal with the same fucking nonsense that we deal with, but with a slight twist on it, right? Like there's like one moment where they're mad at some guy because he comes from a household where everybody talks and he signs and talks, right? Like, and so they see it as like some sort of like weird portrayal, I guess, of them. I don't know. Like, it's an interesting perspective. I like things like this because it kind of gives you, you're sort of let into a world that you otherwise would never have any idea about. So
it gives shine to people that don't get represented at all.
At all.
Last time you've seen anybody to talk about a deaf person or have a deaf character or just
The West Wing? The West Wing. Like literally there's one character on the West Wing. That's it.
And how long ago was that?
Right. I mean, it's a long fucking time
I
ago.
saw something that had a deaf character in it. I don't remember.
Like
Yeah,
I've seen,
cool.
I can think of things that had mute characters in them and blind characters in them before I can think of a deaf character.
Right.
So this is good, man. This is good.
And this is like a perfect example of representation. By the way, the cast is like a kaleidoscope of people, which is dope. And then it's a kaleidoscope of deaf people. So it's like, it's a double representation, which is really awesome. So
Yeah, this would be nominated for an Oscar if it was a fucking movie.
right.
This would hit one of those.
Right.
It would
It
hit
would
all
hit
of
the
them.
it would hit the first two, which is the only two that matter.
Yeah.
I name some people. We got everybody in here.
Right.
Except I didn't see any deaf black women, which was interesting in the trailer. I don't recall seeing any. There's a couple black dudes, but I didn't see any deaf black women. Not that were featured in this part of the trailer, but I'm sure they're in it because it's 1,000 people at the school. Like I'm sure there's one deaf black woman. So yeah, I just found that to be really interesting, and I thought the trailer was pretty unique. And last but certainly not least, Marvel released their trailer for WandaVision. Yo, they released it at like 11:30 at night. It was like super fucking random.
They did it during the Emmys.
Oh, is that when it was? I don't watch it.
And then they released it online.
Ah, okay. What are your thoughts?
I think it looks amazing. And this is so they've all but confirmed that this is like the MCU's take on a House of M story.
Yep.
And I'm all about it. And I'm all about like people going through psychological torture. And I like how this is an excellent trailer, like just in how it's cut and how it presents itself.
Right.
It gives you it presents itself as one thing, and then it's like, oh no, this is something much darker. And then it's like, oh hey, no, don't worry about that. Like it's like, this is kind of weird, right? Like it gives you everything you need to know without telling you everything.
Yeah.
I think it's a great trailer, and I'm really looking forward to it. Like it's the kind of trailer that you sit around and you pick apart. Yeah,
I like the idea of doing a House of M story, which for Terrence, like it's basically like Scarlet Witch starts to like rewrite
breakdown.
Yeah,
she has a mental breakdown, and she can't cope with it. So one of her powers is that she can bend reality. So she makes a reality where she can cope with all the things that have happened, right? Like her brother and her estranged father. Like, no, we're all one big happy family now, and eventually it leads to
and they rule the
Scarlet
world.
Witch saying, you know what? I just wish there were no more mutants, right? She literally says no more mutants, and then bam, like all but like 2% of mutants are gone.
Yeah, from millions to like 100 or something.
Yeah, and now, do you think this is a way that it could happen, where it could be like you could just throw a comma in there and be like, no more mutants,
no more mutants? I think it would be apropos for that character, for that character to be the one who brings mutants into the universe where she took most of them out in the comics. I think that would be clever. It also seems really obvious. So I don't know. But I think if there is a way to do it, that's the way to do it. You don't have to explain anything. She bent reality. Okay. Like, we don't have to like, oh, they were hiding out in New York and no one, you don't have to do any of that shit.
And no one really knows how she has her powers, right?
Well, through experiments, like, but they don't know what the
But the experiments they can retcon some bullshit, like the experiments did something to their genes. They 100%. Mutated her genes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now she's like, no, I this can't be. I want more people to be like me because they'll understand where I come from or some shit like that during her mental breakdown, and just bam, mutants.
Yeah. And look, again, that would be, I like that idea. Like, I think it's, again, it's obvious, right? It's not a, whoa, I didn't see that coming. But if the end of that series was her saying, no, comma, more mutants, which is fucking ridiculous. But if that happened and that was just like, that's what she says at the end and just fade to black, that would be super dope.
Yeah.
Right? Or like she says it and then, you get some indication that they're popping up all over the world. And there's like, I don't know what classic thing they do on TV shows now is have a cut to a newscast on television. People are coming here with all these abilities. And then it's just like fade to black. Like that's it. And then, we get Doctor Strange down the road where she's in it. Like it could be that. Like there's a part in the trailer where she has two kids. Like they have two kids, which would be Speed and Wiccan. If you're going by the comics, it's possible that this is all nothing but a setup for her. Like it starts the House of M story now, but then the House of M story really continues in Doctor Strange, right? About them wanting to kill her, and she's actually the villain of that story. That would be really interesting too. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, either way, I am very, very excited.
And they're saying this is this year.
I'll believe it when I see a date.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get too excited. I'll believe it when I see a date.
I would love to get something from Marvel this year. I mean, it's not their fault, obviously. I just miss that universe.
Like it's almost October, yo.
Right. Like you gonna do it? We're almost out of it, guys. Please vote. Yeah. So I can only stress one thing: you ain't never getting back to the theater if you fuck this up. You ain't never getting back to the theater. You're never going. Nope. So vote accordingly. You want to go see a Marvel movie? Go vote for the person who's not insane, please.
Want to go see the resurrection of the Christ?
No, I don't.
Not really.
Well, somebody does.
I just watched it last night. Assassin 33 AD.
He died and came back like 4 times.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody shot him.
Yeah.
With a gun. And he came back.
It's like, psych, nigga, I'm back.
Who's more powerful, Jesus Christ or
whoever you're going to say?
I'm about to say it was Scarlet Witch.
Because Leroy Green caught a bullet with his teeth. Jesus didn't do that in that movie.
He did not.
No, he didn't.
He did not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember Jesus getting the glow. Did Jesus get the glow?
Exactly. Jesus died. Leroy got the glow.
In fairness, I'm pretty sure Jesus wasn't a virgin. Like he did, I feel like he got busy.
Isn't that the plot of that Tom Hanks movie? Like they were trying to figure out The Last Scion. They were trying to figure out some mystery of like when Jesus popped his cherry or some shit.
Yeah. Jesus had kids.
It was a Dan Brown book, right?
Not Angels and Demons. Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, it was searching for the Last Scion.
Yeah,
Last Scion of Christ. You've never seen the Da Vinci Code?
No.
No, the Da Vinci Code's not bad. Angels and Demons is bad. Like it's real bad. Oof. Those movies are not good. Ultimately, they're not good. All right, I think that's it for us. I don't know what you guys said while I was trying to mop up water in my kitchen, but I can't wait to hear it. I'm sure it's ignorant as fuck.
It was making fun of me, apparently.
Oh, that sounds great.
So
I don't fully believe you, but that sounds great. I'm sure you had some shady shit to say. All right, that's it for us, guys, and we will see you next week.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye.
You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.